What was the highest waste of money that you don't regret? $800 for a front seat helicopter tour of Kauai for me and my wife. Totally worth it. Artwork. Can I always afford it? No. But my walls are full of original, 90% local art. They make me happy to look at. I'm sure I made the artist happy too. My litter robot. Yes. I spent $600 on a cat shitter. But my house never smells. I don't have to scoop litter. And I only have to empty the drawer once a week. Definitely worth it to me. I spent too much money on a big treadmill for a very small apartment. But I've ran 15 to 25 kilometers on it every week for the past several years and it's been incredibly helpful both physically and mentally. Just shy of $20 to go to Antarctica traveling solo. Small cruise ship. More than I've spent on every other vacation I've taken combined. Was one of the best trips of my life. It also gave me enough space and clarity to realize how toxic my ex was to me so that I could find the strength to leave not long after I got back. I'll always want to go back to Antarctica. The inner peace I found there changed my life. Board games. They are expensive, but they bring much joy. GE Opal Nugget Ice Maker. Dang thing cost more than my car payment but, man oh man. I love Nugget Ice and I use it the heck out of it every day. Spending hundreds of euros on broken musical instruments because they were pretty. I have since bought spare parts and started repairing them. I found my destiny. $120 for a towel heater. I will never dry off with a cold towel again. Lego Death Star. Dining at a Michelin-starred restaurant in Milan. We had an 18-course meal with wine pairings for like $400 or so. Edit. For those asking. The restaurant is Joya. It's vegetarian, but it looks like it still exists and isn't much more expensive than when I was there 10 years ago. I spent $3,000 for my wife to meet the Backstreet Boys and get front row seats. It is the best thing that has ever happened to her and the smile on her face after the show and look of pure bliss in someone who suffers often from anxiety was worth every cent. The extra I pay in rent for a water view. Completely worth it. Due to poor insulation and distance from the water heater. My shower is never properly warm in winter. I just bought a single endpoint tankless water heater for just my shower. Best $150 I ever spent. Could I really afford it? No. Did I need it? No. Do I love it? You bet your sweet bippy I do. Just bought a treadmill. There is a perfectly good street outside I could run on. Or I could pay for a gym membership for years and years. But now I can get a run in during my daughter's nap time. Or when it's cold. Or when I only have 30 minutes free and driving to and from the gym would eat up half of my time. I certainly could have made it work without this expense. But I really love it. $600 for an hour of laps. 3 of 20 minutes each. Around the Nürburgring in Germany. It was open in the off-season and there wasn't a single other car near me the whole time. 10 out of 10 one of the most thrilling experiences of my life. Edit. I rented a car at the track which is why it was so much. You can bring your own car or rent one there. But they don't allow commercial rental cars. Individual laps were I think 20 each at the time. I watched somebody bet on all the numbers in roulette. One of the dumbest things I've ever witnessed. I got into a stupid fight with my brother. So I found a game he had pledged on Kickstarter. Space Haven. And saw that for $360 I could write a pre-made character bio that would randomly show up. So I pledged it and wrote a character bio with his name and made him a flaming asshole. I have never played this game and don't want to. Stax headphones. About $800 in 1987 but I still listen to them and they are unbelievably good. When I was younger I came into a sum of about $15,000. I wasn't very careful with the money and other than putting $5,000 down on car. I blew the money here and there. But what I put the largest amounts toward were friends in need. I paid one friend's power bill just before it got shut off. I helped another friend keep her water on. I never could keep my hands on money for long but I don't regret having wasted it helping friends. I got $27,000 and spent it on a solo cross-country road trip that led to me moving on the complete opposite side of the country from everyone I've ever known. I was in a dark place in my head. The original plan was to find a nice place to end my story. But the trip itself helped me reconsider. So absolutely no regrets to speak of. Edit. Didn't really expect this to receive this much notice. Thank you for the awards. And I'm sorry if I can't reply to them all. I am currently kind of swamped. Exactly 1 year ago I got my private pilot license. So much money went into it, and now it costs a lot of money to keep it. By flying. I don't regret it at all. Very cool feeling to go flying. Edit. To have an excuse to fly. My friend and I started posting flying stuff on YouTube so that we can laugh at ourselves. YouTube. See, Swedish VFR. I bought my own tuxedo. It's $1,000,001. 200 minutes by the time you get good shoes. Shirt. Bow tie. Etc. for it. I hardly wear it, but goddamn do I look good in it compared to a rental. I also spent $20 on a mustard yellow hat that has Big Cheese written in red stitching on it. Only busted out for the really big occasions. Edit. Picture of Big Cheese hat. EDIT2. Apparently you can buy these at a Murray's Cheese shop in some Kroger markets. There is also a link in a comment below to buy online. Travel. I've never regretted spending money on travel. Those are some of my favorite memories. I can't wait to be able to travel again. Dyson blow dryer. It's worth every penny. I have long hair down to my waist. It only takes me about 3 minutes to dry it. I bought the $350 Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse 5 years ago. I was a huge Lego kid in the 1980s and loved Ghostbusters. When they announced the set, I told my wife that I was buying it. Ridiculous expense be damned. It is set up in my home office and will never come down. Pick for those who are asking. Yes, it is dusty. We just had work done that made a mess. I think I spent around $1,000 on gifts over the last holiday season, including Secret Santa stuff on Imager. Last year I got a really well-paying job and I'm finally glad to be able to give back to people. I spent $56 on college for a degree I don't use. But I met my husband there, so I really can't complain. If I divide that over the nearly 25 years we've been married and consider that he's the best of dudes, it is a pretty good deal. I bet two 50-year-old dudes $200 each. That they wouldn't kiss each other. In a bar. In a deeply red Midwestern town. And yes, they did it. For 60 seconds. At a home inspector's recommendation. I had 2 sump pumps installed in our home's basement in case of water penetration. It was expensive not only to buy the sump pumps, but also to have the pump pits drilled and electric service supplied. Year after year. Those pumps have never kicked in. But they're there. Ready to go. Just in case. A business class ticket on a 14-hour flight. I ate great food and slept like a boss. Made a huge difference to my trip as I didn't need to waste a day to recover.